You've said that people lack common sense, but I'm curious, is this a new phenomenon or has this just always been the case?
I mean, I'm sure if we contacted our elders through some modality, they would tell you about all the dumb people in their village. I mean, they used to have village idiots, you know. I now think like Los Angeles becoming a village for idiots. It's been literally, it used to be one village idiot. Now it's the LA City Council. There's multiple idiots. So here's my theory, which I will be proven correct about. And by the way, just so people know, I don't need to be proven correct for me. I already know I'm right with everything, but only stuff I talk about. Like people go, I had a woman say to me once, she goes, why do you win every argument? And I said, because I only argue when I'm right. A lot of people argue about shit they don't know about, and then their batting average is going to go down. That's all through COVID. All people did, that's all CNN did, was tell you stuff they didn't know about. And now, lo and behold, they're wrong. But they shouldn't have said it in the first place. You wait until you figure out what's going on, be correct, and then make your statement.
Yeah. So what separates people that get it and those that don't?
So here's what's going on in this chapter of our society. We weren't meant for this. We weren't meant for air conditioning and a sedentary lifestyle and all the things men don't have to do anymore and all the things we've told women they never have to do again. You know, you don't have to wash clothes. You don't have to sew socks. You don't have to milk cows. You don't have to pluck chickens. You don't have to go down to the river and get water or clean. You don't do any of that. And guys, you don't have to repair your roof. You don't have to you don't have to shoe your own horse or wash your own van or anything. That's like, don't do anything. When you take people and you put them in an environment that has climate control and they're told just to sit there and stare at a screen all day and do data entry, they start floating. They lose their attachment to the physical world. And the physical world is a constant reminder of common sense. So like if you work, you know, back in the day, 80% of people worked at a mill or at a logging camp or at a coal mine or something like that. When you work in that world, if you screw up, you lose a limb or you die. That's just how construction works. You know, when you're building a bridge, it's all gravity. It's all tangible. It's all practical. It doesn't really care what's in your heart or who you know or what your sexual proclivities are. It's just mechanics and gravity and nature. And this is why people who fix things for a living and are like diesel mechanics and work with tools are more pragmatic than folks that go into government and just sit inside a cubicle and just sort of float ideas all day. That'll never work. Defund the police. Yeah. Like, okay, that's not going to work. It never was going to work. I don't know why you thought it was going to work. Almost everything COVID was a retarded idea that some idiot had who was locked in something. Nobody I knew who worked in the trades cared about COVID. They showed up. They just went to work. They have to work every day. Like if you are fabricating metal, you got a bandsaw or a chop saw or whatever you're welding. I mean, it's all risk reward.
Yeah.
So we took everybody, we took them off the farm, we took them out of the tangible world, and we put them indoors. And we pumped in air conditioning and we put them in front of a screen and they lost their ability to think. They do not have a relationship with danger. You need a relationship with danger.
So do you think we have it too easy then? That people's lives are just a little too good these days?
I mean, you could say good or easy, but I feel sorry for these people. There's guys that have zero tangible skills. They have no ability to do anything. Everybody under 40 I know are like, they can't change a tire. If they get a flat tire, they don't know how to take the spare out and put it on their car, which might go, oh, well, that guy will call AAA, so he's got it easy. But I don't think being skillless and lazy and stoned is easy. I don't find that to be rewarding.
How much of that, though, is society versus just a parenting style that maybe older millennials are now, getting into this and they're just teaching different things that's causing this?
I mean, it's society. It's society dictates parenting styles, and maybe parenting styles influence society. But little stupid stuff. Like, I have a son, and I was like, he should get a job at McDonald's. And then every woman in the room was like, he doesn't have to work at McDonald's. You make a ton of money. I go, he needs to learn how to work. He doesn't need to work. Yeah, he doesn't need to work at McDonald's. It's true. I have enough money for both of us. He should work at McDonald's so he can learn to work. And that's perfectly fine with me. I wished my son of a rich man, worked at a McDonald's so we'd learn how to work. It's like I say to people all the time, like, I go, I'm going to go wash my car this weekend. And someone will go, you don't need to wash your car. Have the detailer guy come over, take it to the whatever. It's like almost every time I tell someone, go do something, go paint your office, go wash your car, whatever, and inevitably, usually a woman yells, she doesn't need to do that. Like, they don't need, and no one needs to do anything anymore. That's where we're at. Okay, but your brain's turning to mush because you're not doing things. You're not doing simple tasks.
How does that parenting style different between boys and girls?
I don't know that there's a big differentiation between boys and girls anymore in terms of like the parenting. I mean,
for your daughter, would you tell her get a job at McDonald's to get work experience? Because I feel like guys, it's easier to push them into like, oh, you got to go and do that. Go wash the car.
Yeah, I think there's a societal thing where we sort of said you don't have, you're not allowed as a male to tell a female what to do and blah, 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 which is not good. But, and by the way, the most miserable people are just young women. So we sold them a bill of bullshit. Like don't listen to anybody. You don't need to get married. You don't have to have kids. You can do whatever you want. No man is in charge or whatever. You don't need a man. And they're all miserable. So it didn't work. It was just another bad society. It's sort of, it was their version of defund the police. Like, all right, bad idea, not going to work, but I'll just sit back and enjoy watching you guys scramble and fail. And so we're kind of that way. Dads are allowed to sort of boss their son around, although that's pretty limited too now. But yes, you cannot treat the woman the same, otherwise society shall judge you.
Hey everybody, here's a PSA, but Father's Day is coming up really quickly, and I have a feeling most of you have not bought anything for your dad yet.
And we also know dads are absolutely impossible to find gifts for, so we did the work for you, and we found a gift that your dad is going to genuinely love and actually use.
We've partnered with our friends at Chef IQ this Father's Day to get you 40% off the Chef IQ Sense, which is unlike any other product out there. For those unaware, the Chef IQ Sense is a wireless smart thermometer that connects to your phone and coaches you through cooking the perfect piece of meat every single time.
It literally takes all of the guessing out of cooking. You just stick the probe in and it tells you exactly when to flip, when to pull it off the heat, when to let it rest, and when it's ready to serve.
Your dad is going to have total confidence at the grill. In fact, there is no way you could screw up cooking with the Chef IQ Sense. And aside from the grill, it also works with the smoker, the oven, the stovetop, any protein, any method.
We actually just filmed a fun Father's Day video on the Iced Coffee Happy Hour channel using the Sense. If you want to see it in action, that link is down below. But honestly, you've heard enough. This one truly sells itself.
Look, let's be real. For a lot of us, you came into this video not even knowing that Father's Day was coming up, but now you know exactly what to get your dad. The link is down below. Use the code ICED for 40% off as well at chefiq.com. This is the one. Again, chefiq.com with the code ICED for 40% off.